The sun rises slowly over the flat, dusty plains of northern Namibia, casting long shadows across the thorny mapani bush. For Koevoet operators, dawn isn't the start of a quiet day, it's the signal to get moving, to hunt. Inside the base at Oshikari, the team is already awake. No alarms needed here. After years of war, the body clock is tuned to the rhythms of survival. The operators, tough, sun-beaten men, both Ovambu trackers and white South African policemen, some ex-Selous scouts, some Russian or Cuban trained, have been doing this for years. We begin our day with coffee strong enough to strip paint, a quick weapons and comms check, water tanks are full, a company brigadier, Sterkant's Dreyer, walking the line, giving encouragement and final instructions to team leaders. Each man meticulously inspects his R1, his R4, perhaps a captured AK-47, making sure dust and grit hasn't got into the mechanisms. Caspers, those mine-protected, armour-plated beasts, are lined up in convoy, diesel engines rumbling, their 20mm cannons and random customised machine gun turrets gleaming faintly under the rising morning sun. Briefing comes fast. Our team leader, a two-pip lieutenant, explains last night a group of villagers tipped off intelligence about fresh tracks. Plan insurgents spotted slipping across the Angolan border with a kidnapped group of local school children. The mission? Simple on paper: track, engage and neutralise. But out here, especially with kids involved, nothing simple. Caspers rumble out beyond the wire, raising plumes of red dust behind them. The unit is alive with tension. The Ovambu trackers, while travelling, are perched on the coaming of each vehicle. It's already as hot as hell. Once on the ground, however, each one of our special constable trackers can read the ground like a book, spotting footprints, disturbed leaves, even bent grass blades. Hours pass as we move deeper into the bush, radios crackling softly. Then, a signal from a lead vehicle. The convoy halts. More boots hit the ground. Operators fan out, weapons ready. Somewhere ahead, insurgents are hiding, perhaps watching. In this cat and mouse game, Koevoet operators learn to be patient and aggressive. Unlike regular infantry, they strike fast and hard once contact is made. Caspers manoeuvre into flanking positions, while teams on foot sweep the thickets, eyes scanning every shadow, every depression on the ground. Air Force helis are called in and are now circling overhead, joined by a Koevoet operator explaining the game plan to the pilots and the gunners. The choppers are French Aerospatiale Alouette 3s, old machines even back then. Door-mounted 20mm cannons at the ready, forcing the insurgents into cover. The ambush springs to life. A burst of AK-47 rips through the quiet, answered instantly by disciplined return fire. A 20mm cannon thunders from a Casper, kicking up dust from the muzzle blast, chewing through scrub, trees and enemy cover alike. Minutes feel like hours, shouting, a distant urgent call for a medic, then silence again. When the dust settles, we recover weapons, ordnance, maps, sometimes even intelligence documents. A tally is made of fallen insurgents. In the early days, bodies were transported back to base in Oshikari for identification, but later photographs were taken instead. Zulu Juliet regroups to continue. Zulu Charlie has moved on already. They're injured in a heli, back to hospital in Ondangwa. A call is made for a recovery vehicle. One of the Caspers is stuck in a body. It's monsoon season, and the going can get tough. Back at base, the week's operations in the bush are over. Gear is cleaned, vehicles are serviced, tallies are made of the dead and captured, reports are written, weapons and ordnance are stowed in team sheds. Some grab a smoke or a stiff drink at the base's bar, others stare into the distance, replaying the week's events in their heads. We can relax until next week. However, a close ear is kept on radio for communications from the teams deployed in our stead. For Koevoet operators, every day is a high-stakes patrol through one of the harshest conflict zones in modern history. Part tracker, part soldier, part hunter. Living in the shadow of a war where survival depends on your wits, your brothers beside you, and the firepower you carry. This is the life of a Koevoet operator.